What's up, YouTube? My shop is beginning to look less like a construction zone and more like an actual shop, which is always nice, considering we make knives around here, theoretically. So, there it is, the Wall of Power, evocative of the Great Wall of China. Okay, not really, but I'm pretty excited about it. Okay, well, I'm cool with it. How about that? Not really excited. It's like, great, now I have a wall. But it's a wall full of power outlets, which is fun. And then we've sort of rearranged this part, which is nice. It makes it feel a lot bigger in here, which means I'm probably going to want to put shit in here. I don't know, some kinds of machinery or tools or something. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Yeah, we got like lights and stuff. It's cool. My friends, the plastic hanging things, are back, but they go all the way to the floor this time, which is interesting. We're attempting to keep the dust level down, because knife making is kind of a dusty business, and if you're not careful, it can be real bad for you. So, this looking nice in here. Nice. There's a little feng shui going on. Yeah. Liking it. What did I want to show you? We'll go over here. I'll show you some stuff that's awaiting some mill time, some hand custom mill work. So I'm doing a knife for Summit Materials charity auction to benefit the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I've talked about it before. I'm going to be talking about it a little more in the next couple of videos as this gets done, completed, finished. Because it's going to be a kind of a cool knife. Obviously, it's SM100, because that's what Summit Materials makes. And then it's going to have a carved titanium handle. And I've already started doing some mill work on it. And then actually, don't tell partner Mark, I've got a little handmade custom one-off pretium for Mr. Tough Thumbs. Because theoretically he's going to give me a Tannic. So I'm going to give him a bitchin' pretium. I've been working on pretiums, and I'm always in different stages on different ones. And that's one I'm working on. I don't know what the hell this is. Experimenting. D2 fixed blade. I'm pretty sure that's going to end up for sale on my website. Oh yeah, I gotta make that. Don't worry, Ryan. I will. Let's go over here. See what else is happening. Here's a Gavco frame lock flipper. You're gonna love it, Gav. It doesn't have any hardware in it yet. It's just the way it is. It's a little wider in the handle and blade than yours are, because that's what happens when you have a guy with really big hands make your knife. It gets a little bigger than what you originally envisioned. But I'm gonna do some stuff to it. It's gonna be contoured. It's gonna feel nice in your hands. You'll like it, Mike. Trust me. And if you don't, then I'll have to come to Florida and stab you with it. But that's gonna be fun for you. There's that damn hawkbill. That bad boy. I'm still dreading grinding that. That's gonna be nuts. This is like going on custom wise. Oh, I have an SM100 Singo based sheep's footy type thing that I'm working on. I cut the scales for that somewhere. They're somewhere around here. It's good. I love it when I lose scales. But what I've been really busy doing is pretiums. They're all taken apart right now because I just went through and put the little holes for detents in them, and now I got to tap the rolling detent holes that are in the lock bar inserts, and I got to heat treat the lock bar inserts. And then I'm going to grind all the blades to their finished grinds, and I'm going to do all the finish work on them tonight. Actually, it's like imperative. because they need to go to get laser engraved tomorrow. And then, by the time I get back, which should be maybe Thursday-ish, I will pretty much have the scales completed. And then we'll get final assembled, final fit up, and I'll get checked to make sure they rock and roll. Well, it's not really checked. I mean, they get all kinds of adjustments made to them. Too many adjustments to even talk about. But then they'll be finished, and that's numbers 11 through 20 will be finished. And then as I continue rocking and rolling, I've got 21, 22, and 23 that are on deck to get worked on. And then hopefully this upcoming weekend, His Lordship the freaking Apprentice will be here, and we can get the rest of these mated up and start working on those. And then hopefully by that time I'll have more titanium, and that titanium will be off to Waterjet, and I'll have more titanium to make scales out of, and then we can get rocking and rolling on this list. So basically what's sitting here is going to take us up to the 30 that I'm making for Blade HQ, and then I'll hammer those bad boys out, and then I'll continue on with the rest of the list, because Blade HQ is getting numbers like 25 through 54. Yeah, that's 30, and that's a sizable chunk. So then numbers 54 through 100 will be left. And yes, Jim, you're still number 100. Don't worry, it'll be worth the wait, because everyone else will have theirs, right? And yours will be particular and special, and it'll be the last one to leave. So I'll be really excited about making it for you, Jim, and it'll come out just being this gorgeous thing, and everyone will be like, "Ah, damn it, I want one like Jim's," and I'll be like, "No, no, 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 just Jim." So you know that's how you like it, Jim. Just like Bob, got a very special one, just Bob. And some of you might be wondering, why would I do that? Why would I make like special ones that are very different for certain people? It's all about money. I'm not even gonna lie, it's all about money. So the Bob has spent a lot of money with me, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate him. So when he said, "Oh, I need a premium," I said, "All right, you want to do something to it? Huh? And he goes, "Yeah, sure, whatever you want." And so Bob likes black, so he made it black. And then Jim Skelton, while he hasn't spent a ton of money with me yet, I know he will in the future, he has been very good for me PR-wise. Jim has a lot of subscribers, has a very large viewing audience, and so he's been very, very good to me. As a matter of fact, I blame Jim 100% for the Pretium selling out, because I still had like 30 of them left, and I was actually secretly hoping that no one was going to buy them, that I would get to have another 30 that I would get to distribute amongst my dealers, some of which we'll talk about later in this video, distribute amongst my dealers so they could be even more widespread, so people could see them and people would be like, "Oh, look at this crazy knife. Oh, that Elliot guy, he's getting kind of crazy. Maybe even good at making knives." And that was my goal. But that didn't happen, because Mr. Skelton opened his mouth, and then lots of people, in the matter of a few days, snatched up the rest of the Pretiums. And so they are gone. But fear not, those of you who might be wanting a Pretium and didn't get in on the list. There have been people that dropped off for various reasons. The number one reason, though, unfortunately, is divorce. I have a lot of clients that are getting divorced, like too many. But I guess that shouldn't come as a surprise, because what is the divorce rate? 56% off the top of my head. So, I mean, about half, more than half of all marriages end in divorce. So shouldn't be that shocking to me. But anyway, so that's why they get very special treatment. And there are some other people on there that that have been very good to me in the past, so I am, in return, being good to them. You might call it favoritism. I call it making my long-term clients very happy. Because some of you are very new to me, and I have no idea who you are. And I'm hoping that maybe when you get your Pretium, you'll be like, damn, this Elliot guy, he knows what he's up to. And then you'll want something crazy. There has actually been a large crossover between people getting Pretiums and jumping in on a custom list, which is cool, but no, it's just cool. There's no but. So what we've been staring at here this whole time, out of focus, is some high quality custom work here. Those are, in fact, billiard side rails from like a pool table. Oh yeah. there's a billiards place in our industrial complex, and they had thrown those out, and partner Mark found them when he was taking out trash. He's like, we gotta put these on the wall. And I was like, you know what, let's do this, because then I can brag that there was no other knife shop in the world that has billiard bumpers as corner guards. I know what you're thinking. Jeff, I know you're jealous. You should be. Mike, I know you're jealous as well. Hoback, I know that you're gonna go out and get some, like, tomorrow. I can tell. Like, Hoback actually watches my videos. I know he doesn't. Otherwise, he would have known that I've been doing steel lock harnesses for like 8 months. He's so funny. So funny. So anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, that's right. Dealers. So, obviously Blade HQ is a dealer of mine. They really are quite lovely to work with. I mean, I actually approached them about Pretiums, and they were like, yeah, cool, we definitely want like 30 of those. How much you want? I was like, okay. And then I sometimes send knives to Arizona Custom Knives, and other people do as well. So like there have been knives that have been resold, not from me directly, on there. And it's interesting to see what they price my knives at, because I basically let Arizona do what they do. I just say, here you go, price it whatever you want, and they do, trust me. But it's nice to see myself appreciated in the way that they appreciate me and my knife sometimes. It's good. It's good for my little ego, of which I have plenty, I can assure you. And then there's Don the dealer. Although Don the dealer's on vacation, so I don't have any knives for him, nor has he requested any lately. But apparently he's gonna be back in August, which is like a couple days away, and he's gonna want stuff, I know. So I actually have things started for him already that I just haven't been working on. Who we're gonna talk about is in the screen right now. North to South Knives. So this website of theirs just went live, and it's run by two really nice guys. Tony would be the guy that I talk to all the time, and I'm pretty sure, what is that other guy's name? I've talked to him too. Nope, that's not right. No, about us. Yay. Let's navigate the web. Eric, that's right. Yeah, I have talked to Eric too. So they're actually they're knife guys. I mean, they're not like cutthroat salesman type people. I mean, they're knife collectors, and they apparently were like, you know what, we should be knife dealers too, since we all as knife collectors tend to be kind of knife dealers in some respect or another, trading things, selling stuff to people we know. And I was actually amazed. Like he told me some of the stuff they have, but they have some really nice stuff, nice knives, and I really love that one right there. That is probably the sexiest knife on. Joking. Yeah, it's not a bad price for that either. But I like these guys. They're pretty good dudes. So if you want to, support knife people instead of buying them from some larger place, it's literally two dudes that run this thing. I didn't know Matt made a mid-tech. Sorry. Anyway, it's northtosouthknives.com. I'll put a link in the description, and there's also a link on my website, and that's Fair and Forge Knifeworks. No, it's just Fair and Forge. Fairandforge.com. I'm glad I know my own URL. Oh, and I've actually been working on that website. Let's look at it. Finally, I've been able to sit down and devote some time to it. One of the things I'm most excited about was I was able to figure out how to put buy now buttons on my available page. I actually have t-shirts that I had made. They're just little simple things with a Fair and Forge Knifeworks logo on them. A cool one that a graphic designer made for me, so they don't suck. And I'd show you one, but I don't know where Mark put them. He stashed them away somewhere. But I will actually put those up for sale on here as well, since I figured out how to make this button. And I had to make it. It wasn't not like PayPal or just cut it and paste it. You know what? I've never clicked on it. Let's click on it. See what it does. Ooh, look at that. Oh, it gives you shipping options. I'm so smart. Ooh, and a security code. All right, and then from there it takes you to a payment page. So yeah, look what I did. I'm still working on this thing. I mean, there are a lot of there's a lot of stuff to fix on here. Do these link now? Oh, good, they do. So the main one that is just killer is actually going through all of these pictures of folding knives, because it is my most picture populated gallery, because I make a lot of folding knives, and going through and putting in descriptions for all of them, because there's a lot of pictures, and it's really hard to describe some of my folding knives sometimes, because they have a lot of different little things going on with them. Sometimes to describe like the textures or card work that's on a knife, it gets daunting, and like all the different like crap that's going on inside of them, because sometimes there's a whole bunch of like hidden's not quite the right word, but discrete features to a knife that unless you were the person that worked on the design with me, you don't really appreciate. Like there's little things here and there, and there's also stuff missing in terms of the pictures, which is annoying. Like this knife, the Bushido folder, which people seem to love, which is a shame because I hate making it. I probably made 4 of those. 4, yeah, I think I made 4 of them. It's a pretty knife, don't get me wrong, but it is a bitch to make. To get this shiny and keep that bead blasted, whew, it's tricky. It was a lot of taping and buffing, and then screwing it up and having to re-bead blast. Seriously, I probably spent more time working on the finish in this handle than I did building the entire knife. But anyway, I digress a little bit. But so this had another picture attached to it, and it's gone somehow in the conversion, which sucks. This knife. So the first time I ever worked with Damascus. Look, we're having a little history lesson. I love it. Surprisingly enough, this is not a flipper. Like, it's not bearing assisted, because the guy didn't want it that way. And I was like, but I could just, but bearings right in there, it'll be great. And he was like, nope, no bearings. So it probably will flip, actually. That's actually an alpha knife supply pivot. Here's a little something for you to do, Jeff. Carve that bastard, inlay a piece of titanium inside of it, because I did. There's a piece of titanium in there. Oh yeah, that's right. And then anodize that titanium. What's up, Jeff? What we got now? He's probably gonna do it too. I dare you to do it, Jeff. But anywho, so there's still crap I gotta fix on here. Like my steel info page is a friggin' mess. Ugh, it's a mess. So like I had the nice like table, and the table disappeared. Now I got all these freaking numbers, so I have to go in and make a new table. Theoretically, like there's some stuff I'm gonna omit that's on this list, and some stuff I gotta add to this list. Good times. And I have some changes of perspective. I blame Cliff Stamp. He slowly but surely beats me down with his facts. Yeah. But anyway, so that's enough talking about webs and things. I don't have anything super exciting planned for a while because I'm going to be busy making pretiums for the next month and probably a little bit more than that because I need to get all of them done. So it's going to be a highly focused effort on getting the pretiums out. I mean, this needs to get done because it actually has to go out probably next week. So I have to actually get cooking on that and get that out of here. The Gavco knife. I mean, I'd love to get out to him because we've been talking about it for a long time. This knife has been on my bench for months and months and months. Thank you, Dan, for being so patient. I think I warned him though. I was like, I don't know, dude. I got a bunch of hardcore stuff coming up. So, but as soon as the pretiums are done or winding down, as I'm getting to the last couple. What I am going to do is release the prototype. I'll show you pictures of it, make a video of it for the next run of knives that I'm going to do. And it's going to be a lot more limited than 100. I keep saying it over and over and over again because I want people to remember it, that it's going to be 25. And it's going to be, that's the rough prototype blade. They're going to be CTS. No, are they CTS? They're 204P. Yeah, that's Carpenter. Well, it doesn't matter because Carpenter and Latrobe are the same thing now. So 204P, which is the same thing as M390. That's the blade steel in it. They're going to have titanium handles. They're going to have more intense millwork on the handles. I haven't quite decided 100% what I want to do, but I definitely want to be more involved looking than the pretiums are. They're going to be a significantly more interesting looking knife, in my opinion, than a pretium, and they will have milled clips for sure. We're definitely going to do that. And they are not going to be $450. They're going to be more. Because they're more limited, because they've got slightly more expensive materials, because they're going to have a lot more machine time. Faux show. And as usual, I am designing knives. I do a lot of that. I actually cleaned my desk up today, and you would never know. Because I repopulated it with more drawings. That's what I do. Partner Mark doesn't understand. He's like, you sit in the office all day answering emails. I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, but I'm like, welcome to my job. It's what I do because I don't just make production style knives. I make full custom knives, Mark. So I have to sit down and explain things in emails, and then I have to draw it and then explain my drawing. It's not for the faint of heart. Especially when I have to tell people that what they want is insane. Because you guys don't even know. Sometimes. I call it the kid in the candy store problem. Or syndrome, if you will. Because literally every option is on the table for a custom knife. As long as you're willing to pay for it. There's just so much that can be done. And basically the only limiting factors are reality and what you conceive. I can conceive all kinds of crazy ass shit for a price. But so there are sometimes when people they just go crazy. They're like, I want this and I want that and I want this and I want to do that and I want it to give me a reach around. And I'm like, okay, let's get back to reality here. Some of these things we can do, some of these things not so much. I have found it interesting that I've been getting some requests for custom bearings. Makes me giggle. It's all Grimsmo's fault. And Shirogorov, it's all their fault as well. With their 5-row bearings. Jesus, they should have consulted an engineer before they started doing that. Just saying. Those of you that are engineers, which are few and far between, you would see the illogicalness of having more bearings than are necessary. It doesn't make any sense according to the laws of physics. But what do I know? I just read things. Yeah, custom bearings. It's crazy. I have had people request ceramic bearings. I knew once I talked about it, people were going to do it. And like I said, if you want it, I will do it. But here's the deal. So the ceramic bearings from Alpha Knife Supply that usually I use, not that I usually use ceramic bearings, the same size that I use in most of my knives, they are $9. Right, and by the time you add shipping to that, it gets us more like $17. So when I charge you $20, you probably shouldn't be upset about that, because I'm only making like $3 off of that, and that's basically long enough for me to scratch my balls. That's like $3 worth of my time, if you calculate that by how much it costs to be here and working with lights on and machinery. It's expensive. I just wrote a rent check, so it's fresh in my mind. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's the reality. Because thankfully, I'm actually very thankful for this. Most of the people that order knives from me and that want knives from me, like they get it. Like there's a pretty significant cost to making knives and making them the way that I do. So usually nobody complains, but every now and then I get somebody who's like a new custom person, new to the custom world, and I'm like, Jesus, it's so expensive. And I'm like, well, you want to break it down? I'd love to break it down with you. And then I break it down with them, and they're like, holy shit, so you're only making like $50? I'm like, yeah, there you go. I'm basically giving it away. Oh yeah, that's why I thought Jeff was insane for offering up those first 20 tough Tanics for $550. I believe I even said that to him. I went, "Are you insane?" I'm like, "You're not gonna make any money off of that whatsoever." I'm like, "You've got that all tied up in materials, machinery, and hardware. I mean, and then your time. I mean, it's almost negligible at that point on what it costs." He's like, "Yeah, I know." And I'm like, well, don't do that, man, because then you won't have any more money to make more knives, let alone pay your bills. I think he took my point. But I was very pleased to see that the one that he auctioned off went for so much freaking money. I'm pretty sure, I'd have to go look, but I'm pretty sure that is more than any of my knives have ever sold for. Really, really close. Like 17 something. It's getting up there. It was also interesting to see some of the haters. That's like, geez, really? I think Gavco talked about it too in a recent video, about how there's haters on YouTube. And there are. Thankfully, I am usually spared from the hater comments. I've seen a couple that are like, really, dude? You felt the need to click on the comment button and type that in and push post. You had to do that. Really? Someone was talking about how ugly a knife was, and I'm like, jeezy peasy. Really? Because it's a custom knife, and I don't get to really make too many decisions on a custom knife. There's its aesthetics, because it's what people want. It's what they ask for. That's kind of the point. Being a custom maker is I make what people ask me to make, whether I think it looks good or not. Then I gotta be honest. I think there is a certain style that I have that does carry through, but really I do kind of have a lot of range as a knife maker. I can do a lot of things, and so, I mean, just looking at the folder gallery, I mean, there's a pretty significant range of stuff that I can do. I mean, I can go kind of crazy, like carve work stuff. I can go, sort of, dare we call it tactical looking. I mean, I can go sort of that tough, sort of apocalyptic look. I do a lot of different things. So it's tough for me to say that I have a style, because I really don't feel like I have a style. If I had one style, I'd say that my style is in my mechanics. I mean, like, I did make this knife for me, but at the end of the day, I actually made it to stand out. So it's not really what I would have if I had to pick one knife. This is not what it would look like. One of these days, I'll make the perfect knife for me. It's going to be very difficult. I've been trying for years now to make my own perfect knife, and I'm failing miserably at it. But one day I'll make my own perfect knife. It's probably because I don't have a lot of really nice knives either. I don't know exactly what I like on a knife. I do like the Pretiums though. I think I carried one for about 2 months. I carried the prototype, and I really did like it. I appreciated it. The blade shape especially. It's really tough to have a better utility blade shape than a drop point. They're just pretty much good at everything. I can't really come up with a task that they're not good at. So I don't know. Maybe my next knife I make for myself will be a drop point again. But I do try and change it up. I mean, that's why I have kind of a Wharncliffe/sheep's foot look in my own personal knife, because I want to try it out. I'd never carried one, so I wanted to see how I felt about it. And I do like it. It's good at some things, but it does have weak points that I don't like. Since we're talking about it, and we're getting to 30 minutes, it's gonna be a good one for you. So one of the things I did notice about it is that it's not particularly well suited for like cutting things on a plate. I know that sounds silly, but because you only get this little small cutting area up at the tip, so it's not, you don't get nice slicing action. Cutting, specifically I was cutting steak, and whereas like a drop point works very nicely for cutting steak. So it was my one thing that I did notice. Is a utility knife, actually. The Wharncliffe/sheep's foot was very nice. I rewired a bunch of wiring in here, and I used it to strip and cut a bunch of Romex that I put in that wall, and I was actually very good at that because I didn't stab myself in the hand a lot of times when I was choked up on it, slicing wires open, slicing open the skin of the Romex. So it was really good at that. I think I've rambled on fairly well in this one. Some people are going to be really excited to see a 30-minute video, which I always think is crazy, but I appreciate it. I really do. The sort of fan support. I never thought I would have YouTube fans, but I'm glad people like what I do and appreciate my special brand of insanity, because it's special. All right, let me tell you. Oh, you know what? Somebody asked in a comment, and since he's here, I might as well address it. Somebody asked what the deal was with the mannequin head. So that's Mr. Steele. I mean, look at that mustache. That's hot. Magnum PI style. He actually used to be Mr. Freeze. He lived here in the freezer when this was a freezer where Mark carved his eyes. It's kind of creepy, I'm not gonna lie. I think we should put like glow dots in his eyes so they could be like really creepy. But sometimes I talk to him at night, I'm not gonna lie. And people are like, what is this damn thing? It's a light with a magnifier on it. Not for me, because I have really good vision, but it's actually my partner Mark, because he can't see shit. Because he's like, I can't see these screws, and I'm like, well, get a magnifying glass or some glasses, buddy. It's kind of interesting, though. Wow, that's neat. It really doesn't do anything on camera. Because to me, my hands look huge, but on camera they don't. Optics. You want to read some crazy shit, read a book about optics. Whew. Mind-blowing stuff. One of the more interesting parts of physics. Anyway, so yeah, I think we're good here. I think we've talked about just about everything under the sun, except for my love life. You want to hear about that? No, but you won't tell you about that. because I am married. I have a wife and 2 lovely little daughters. And yes, they like knives, and they actually sometimes watch my YouTube videos. My wife lets them watch. I think she previews them first to make sure they're not like too foul languaged, and then she'll let them watch it. And sometimes I get text messages from my 5-year-old. Yeah, that's right, my 5-year-old text. She was like, "Daddy, I saw your video. You were so funny." Like, thank you. And you bet your bippy she has a knife. As a matter of fact, I have it sitting here. I haven't made a sheath for it yet. It was actually just a little scrap I had laying around. It's actually not heat treated, but she won't know that. Nor is it actually sharpened. It just looks like a knife. Because I did one time when I used to be in the garage, I actually made her like a little tiny, just out of a scrap piece of like D2 or something, little knife, and she was going around like cutting up grass and things with it, and then she left it outside, and I found it later when I was mowing the lawn, the hard way, and I was like, well, I guess we won't be giving her any little knives from now on. But my wife has a neck knife, and my daughter wanted a neck knife like her mom, so I'm gonna make her a little neck knife. She also has another knife. I made her a camping knife, but it's actually like a knife. It's D2, and it actually is sharp. Mostly because I knew that like we would be camping, and I'd be like, "I need a knife. Hey, kid, come here, give me your knife." So I sort of made it for me as well as her. But anyway, what else was I gonna tell you about? So much has happened. It's been a very, very big week. Oh yeah, I killed some Dremels. So I got new Dremels. I'm very excited about Dremels. I finally have a lifespan. They're only good for about 6 months in here, at least. So I buy the cheap ones. They're like $50. I think there are actually cheaper ones, but they didn't have them at my Home Depot. There's another one sitting in there. I find it's important to have redundant tools, because what actually happened is I was down to my last Dremel, and I was in the middle of doing fit-up stuff on Pretiums, and it died on me like mid. I was on that knife actually. It died, and I was like, oh shit. And then I had to go to Home Depot. Well, actually, I had to wait until Home Depot opened because it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and then get a new one so I could keep going. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Mark, for grinding a piece of wood on the belt grinder and fucking up that belt. Hey, yo, yeah. What am I gonna do with that, man? I can't kill him. I guess I could beat him. No, it's not appropriate to beat your business partner. All right, we are almost at 40 minutes, and if you have made it this far, congratulations. And thank you for watching this far. I feel like I should tell you a secret for watching this far. I don't think I have any secrets to tell. No, I'm too transparent. Not like I'm invisible or like see-through, but I tell you guys everything anyway. Alright, fine, I'll tell you a secret. Eventually, at some point in time, soon rather than later, I will do a giveaway. I have not done a YouTube giveaway, and I've seen a lot of other people do it, and I was like, you know what? I feel like I should give back to the peoples. Even though I don't have I haven't monetized my YouTube channel, nor will I probably ever. I shouldn't say that ever, but I have no plans to do so. Mostly because I find ads annoying, so I don't want people being annoyed with ads on my channel. And besides, this channel isn't really to make money. It's just for me to ramble on incoherently for 40 minutes, and for you people to be like, man, this knife maker is insane. But I totally gotta get one of those knives, because that's the point. It's all about marketing. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie, YouTube's been good to me here. It's led me to some friendships that I appreciate. Yeah, and that's about it. So there for staying on this long. Now you've heard it. At some point in time, sooner rather than later, there'll be a giveaway for my subs. That's right, a straight up giveaway. I'm not sure what it's gonna be yet, but it'll be something cool. Obviously, it's gonna be a knife. But yeah, how about them apples? All right, good work on staying through this long, and thank you very much. I'll see you later.